Let's go. How are we doing? Let me just fix my hair a little bit. YouTube. All right. All right. How are we doing? If you get, I don't know, whatever, that's Instagram and this is YouTube. So whatever Instagram people are saying, I will have no idea. If someone wants to hop on Instagram, and I'm gonna have to check. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna wait maybe 5 minutes, see if anyone joins, wants to be. If not, I'm just gonna get into it. So we're gonna be talking about. I'm gonna be going over the workshop, the topics that I covered, how to get clients, basically. Also, not really. That's not the topic I'm gonna be covering. I'm gonna be giving marketing knowledge, um, the way how the marketing agencies, this world, how it's switching. And if you are the agency owner, you might want to learn also. It's not what it used to be. In 2015, we had Ty Lopez, even Tristan Larson. We had Iman Ghazi talking about, um, SMMA and all that model, retainers, $1,000, $2,000 a month, but that no longer is the case anymore. Okay. So if you want to, be successful in the marketing space, you got to do things differently. And especially if you are dealing with local businesses. And a lot of us, we started, I mean, if you've seen the YouTube videos from the start that I would make, it would be just going to local businesses, door to door sales. I still remember, I think that video is still on. After college, me and my friend Ali, we would go, yeah, restaurants, barber shops, hit up, get a lot of no's because the offer wasn't there. I still believe if we go, which something I'm gonna announce on Saturday is gonna be a big event. Uh, it works. Door to door works. Cold calling works. Email works. I've tried quite all methods. We're at the capacity of sending 150,000 emails a month, six cold callers, um, DM setting, that all of these methods I've tried them, and now ads also. I think all of them work, but with what condition that the offer gotta be really good. So let me see if there is anyone who wants to be. Is there anyone here? I guess. Okay, people are here, but if you want to be on, you can. If not, I'm gonna go in, and I won't be able to see what's going on Instagram. I'm just gonna go straight into YouTube. I'm doing the stream. It's gonna be live on YouTube, recording also, so you can go to Hassan Dawood on YouTube and see the live workshop from there. All right. First off, let's go into, guys, if you're on Instagram, you might want to go to YouTube because I'm sharing my screen. So if you're just here, you're not going to see anything. So go to YouTube. Is there a way to say? Let me see. Is there a way to tell people to go to YouTube? Uh, Let me comment below. Go to YouTube. Send. Okay. Go to YouTube. Let me write my channel on YouTube. Hassan Dawood for live stream. All right. So let's go over first off the marketing stuff. If you are a local business owner, okay, this is the workshop that's built for you. And if you are a marketing agency, you can take notes how to sell it to marketing, how to sell marketing, the right marketing to small businesses. What used to be is no longer the case. You can't go up to small businesses and tell them, look, I'll run ads for you or I'll do marketing for you for 2K or 1,000 a month. This is just not how things are moving, especially with AI. There are people like Jason Mojo, who charge, let's say, 3,000, 4,000 a month to run PPC campaigns or Facebook ads. But I would say instead, unless you're doing e-commerce, this is not the model you want to go for. If you're going for small businesses, there's only two models that are gonna scale. One is be very affordable, right? You gotta come under, like, this is what Hermosi says it too, guys. If you want to be able to scale, you gotta find a way to provide massive value at the same time automating all of your tasks. You don't have to hire a lot of people to provide the value or the promise you make with your customers. That's what we've done. In our agency, we have a promise that if you show us any marketing agency that provides as much value as we do at the price we offer, we pay your rent next month. So this isn't some small guarantee. And I've had, I went to ChatGPT. I even had agent mode on. I put on all the services that we provide, and then I asked it to do research. For 10 minutes, it was researching, and it couldn't find one person that offered all of them for the price that we offer. So that you got to be able to do all of that, all the essential things that you're going to offer to small businesses at the price that they can afford, and without having a lot of employees or manual labor on your end. So that's the way to do it, and that's exactly what we're gonna be covering in this workshop. All right. So first off, the offer, right? Uh, the offer gotta be there, and that's the number one thing any small business. If this offer is not there, you as an agency owner cannot sell it to businesses. When I go, I tell them, hey, I'll give you everything in most expensive agencies charge, give, but as affordable as your gas bill, and I still live in Hamptons. Ha 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 ha. Okay. um, so let's go over the workshop. But before that, I also have these documents that I built. I'll be giving all of you guys for free. These are basically starting from how to build a brand. By completing this module, you'll be able to turn your business into a brand that everyone else. What you will achieve, what you can do with this: charge more, escape the race to the bottom, makes you memorable. People remember your brand with an engineered feeling. It sets you apart from competitors in a saturated market, especially for local businesses. Everyone wants to get customers. Everyone wants to feel like they're different. But hey, if you are a barber, there's hundreds of barbers there too. So there's nothing that differentiates you from others beside maybe the branding work you can do or the offer. So there's another reason why you would want to take this. Okay. Customer loyalty and retention. Loyalty programs, a lot of people are using their POS systems, which we're going to go over to how there's better alternatives to that. And they're way more stickier, way more uh, effective in converting people. Loyalty programs, creating value with the narrative and increase in the valuation in terms of brand equity. So this I built for a restaurant, but you can take the same framework. This is a framework, by the way. I got it from someone. We paid more than $5,000, and this was what we got basically. A lot of times, these guys are like, those therapists. That's what they really are. We paid that much money, and he was like, okay, what do you think those people are? Why do you think that's happening? How do you think you can fix that? Bro, if I knew all the answers, why would I ask you? So, but anyway, I got all of his things that he done within one of our brands, and I put it down over here. So you can, if you're crafting a brand strategy for your business, if you're just starting, or if you want to be more than just a local business, then you might want to look into this document. Okay, so 6 steps to crafting a brand strategy for your business. Okay, second, this one is also my favorite. We tested this. They say it's about whoever uses AI better. Okay, so whoever can get ads faster, more effective, and in a way that they're researched, those are the people who are gonna. Is there anyone? Okay, no one's. Those are the people who are gonna do really well. Okay, so we had this one. What you call it? We did split testing. There was one agency was paying $2,000 a month to for one of clients. It was we were paying $2,000 a month to run PPC campaigns, and then on the other side we created ads with AI. The one with AI performed better with through them, and then it only the software we were using only took us like maybe 5 minutes to launch everything. So you can already see where it's going. Okay, so you might also want to look into these prompts. These are designed from copywriting perspective, PPC campaign perspective, Google Ads expert perspective, everything. Okay, how to write a winning advertisement. If you are a marketing student, you might want to read this. These lessons are derived from two books. One is Eugene Schwartz, copywriting, and also David Ogilvy, um, breakthrough advertising. I believe that is Eugene Schwartz, and the other one is David Ogilvy, I believe. So those are the classics. Every copywriter back in the times of Sam Owens, he used to be huge. Those people who know the founder of School, now he made a partnership with Alex Hermosi on School. So he was big on copywriting. Actually, I have lessons from that as well. You guys can take them. If you go to Apple Books, you can see a book, a short book. It's like a 30 page that I wrote. And those are the lessons I got from Sam Owens in his consulting course, and then accelerator, up level consulting. It was like a $8,000 course. So I summed them up over there. You guys can go. It's for free. You can read those as well. 80% is mindset, 20% is tactics. Um, so that how to write good advertising, you're gonna have to study this step by step, all of them. Get people how to get people's attention. This is responsible for 80%. This is what Ogilvy says. He says right when you're done writing your headline, you already spent 80 cents on a dollar, because people are seeing, when if people see you see your headline in this. But well, when he was speaking in context of newspaper headlines, because when you have a newspaper, the first place where your eyes are looking at is a headline. After that is, whatever the text is, the first line, subtext, and then the paragraph. The purpose of the headline is to get them to the paragraph, and the purpose of the paragraph is to get them to the next one, and next one till you have call to action. So he says, therefore, the most important part of that advertising is the headline. But in our modern day, what it mean it would translate into the most important part would be the hooks, the first 3 seconds, or the image that we're using. About 60%, I would say even more. If you are running ads on social media like Meta, Facebook, I would say around maybe 70% is the image. That is what gets people to, you got to have some sort of image that interrupts their pattern. You got to realize the state people are in when they are on social media. Meta, they are in a state of, like, literally it's we're doom scrolling. Like, they they're not in it. So if you want to stop them and interrupt, it's like interruptive advertising. If you want to stop them and portray your message, you gotta have some sort of visuals that will stop them, right? Examples are, there's still some science to it. If you are running ads to someone who has back pain, you already have some sort of data over the target market you're targeting, then you might want to have an image of a person maybe having a back pain and he's like in really agony. If you had that visual, that would interrupt that person's behavior. And then you would have the second thing is now the headline. He's going to roll over, okay, what this about, and then he's going to read the text. Okay, So that is what the importance of headline. There's also four of four callouts Alex uses. I mentioned these before as well. Labels. This is literally, you see a lot of people yelling out these kind of callouts. You literally call out the audience that you serve. So a word or set of words putting together, putting people into group. These include traits, titles, places, and other descriptions. For example, if I'm running to New Yorkers, what would I say? I might be, uh, front of Statue of Liberty or something, or a landmark that is popular to be in New York City. I say New Yorkers, right? Or if I'm selling to someone who love baseball, I say baseball lovers, things like that. So you're literally calling out the customer. The second is yes questions, questions where people answer yes, that's me. The best part is they themselves qualify for the offer. If you're using this, do you, for example, do you have a house worth over $400,000? Then this is for you. Uh, dollars, they will say yes, I have a house. So you just get them right away. Or you can have like, do you like burgers that taste good and fill your bellies? Yeah, I like burgers that taste good. So these are just questions. Then we have if then statements. If they meet your conditions, then you help them with the make a decision. If you are born between 1978 and 2003, then you may qualify for this offer. If you want XYZ, then so this is kind of similar to yes questions. And lastly, it was ridiculous claims. I would do want to go into ridiculous claims and another document where I think it was David or Eugene, one of them. They go over there's different awarenesses in the market. Not at all times the message can be the same. There are times when the product is new, the messaging is different when you're promoting that product. There are times when there is a need that you're fulfilling in the market, so the messaging is different. And then there is times when people like the product but they don't want to buy it yet. So how do you reinforce the desire in a way that, tell them, hey, buy it. And then lastly, there are times people have heard it so many times they do not want to buy it. For example, if everyone, what is something that is quite common these days? Let's say marketing. I'll give you my example. Let's say everyone's like, hey, everyone, ads, 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 ads. If everyone says it, maybe in 2015, this thing was new. So it was easy to get the response from the market. But now it got polluted by so many people, and this could be in your industry as well, in your as a small business. It got so polluted. Now you need to start. So to interrupt that kind of market, they already in a state that if they see you, they're gonna disregard you. So how do we get their attention and give our message to them so they're willing to accept and listen to us? You don't start with your product in that situation. You start with them, their stories, their life, their wives, their kids. So you start with the avatar. Okay, you talk about, um, let's say if it was real estate kind of product. So I wouldn't start talking about how good is the real estate I'm selling. I would start about every time. Remember the time when, you know, you talk about the family, and then if you're selling it to the guy, you're gonna sell about the home. You talk about the emotions, his story, how work is. Make him feel relatable, and then story slowly. Then you talk about the house and the specs, all of that. You start off with avatar, and then you go to your product. Okay, bring back customers for free in less than 24 hours. By the way, these are all the free documents I built. I'm just going over them. If you guys want, I'll keep the link in the description. You can go over them, use them as case studies if you have to convince people that these things work. They say for email, Every $1 you spend, you get $40 back. So, but you have to do it in a strategic way, though. You can't be stupid. You can't just spam and blast emails thinking it's going to bring you revenue. And part of the reason why emails are effective is for follow ups. So if you're doing it without any strategy, without any good offers, without any goal in mind, without any incentive for the person, the customers you're sending it to, you're wasting time. Okay. So that how a business made $620,000 using Messenger. So ManyChat, how many? I don't know if you guys remember ManyChat. It was very popular back in, I would say, even 2020, around that time, before even more. ManyChat was a thing. The bots there, the workflows. If you learned how to do those, it was basically anytime someone commented on an ad, it would take them into CRM. It's not really CRM, but yeah, it would take them into ManyChat, and then you could do messenger promotions to them. It was quite something. But now we have a high level. It stole everything from everybody. Stole that. Um, so magic revenue formula to achieve any sales. Okay, this is interesting. You guys, you guys are gonna love this. This is uh, I never used this, but maybe if this works for you, you can use this to sell it to when you're meeting clients. You can use this to sell it to them, make them understand the value, and make clear of what is it that you're providing, what is it gonna take to hit the target. Okay, so let's say I got this I didn't come with this. I got this from Tristan Larson. um Good times, bro. He said average sale of you start off with okay, Mr. Prospect, what is it that I need to do to get you what you want? Okay, so you take first ask them of their monthly revenue. Okay, let's say it says I make 70,000 a month. You ask them, okay, what is the average sale per customer? $17. What is the average number of visits per month? How many times does he come? He comes once. Well, depending on your niche, you're gonna ask him these questions. Okay, so if the average number of customers per group, let's say people don't go to restaurants usually alone, going to groups. Let's say the average group size is around 3 people. So you take the average sale per customer, which is $17, multiplied by the visits per month times the average number of customers per group. So that is around $53 is the average value of one customer. Okay, so you get them to agree on to that. And they say yes. Now you take your current monthly revenue, which is 70,000 divided by 53. It will give you customers served per month on estimate. Okay, so you tell them, okay, as of right now, we are serving 1,320 customers. Yeah. Okay, so let's say if I want to grow your revenue by 30%, how many customers I need to bring in? So you multiply 1320 by 30% is 396. So now all of that big goal in your head, which is, oh, I'm going to help you increase your revenue by 30%. Now you break it down to numbers. How many people do I need to bring in to hit that goal? So you tell them, John, I need to get you 396 people for me to help you achieve your goal. Sounds good? He said, yeah. So then after that, you this was back in the day, just awareness campaigns on Facebook. And it still works. This is not just something I do, but you can still use this. We just recently launched ads for a restaurant, and within days, the offer was really good. Within days, we had 120 people went to Messenger. Hey, I want to try. What's the this? We had 120 people, right? So these things still work. Facebook ads still work. Google still works. Everything is still working. It's just the way you do it, the offers that you have. Okay, if you do it mindlessly, nothing will work. So then after that, when once you have realized the amount of people we need to bring in, let's say 367 people, you say, okay, John, if I target 100,000 people living near your location with a really good offer, you already said people love your food. Okay. What are the chances of 100,000 only 367 people are willing to try your business? That's not even like 1%. And I would say they're quite high. So, yeah. So, that is what I'm going to help you with. Okay. So, you guys can use that in your sales meetings to help your prospect see your value. Copywriting formulas. Copywriting is always there. The only thing is gonna be is just honestly, the truth with copywriting is if you are doing it for e-commerce brands or even for your own company, then it makes sense because you will be split testing a lot. No one knows which one is gonna do better. But if you're doing it just for small businesses, it wouldn't work. The reason, primarily reason, is they do not have the budget to split test so many different formulas. Okay, so you're gonna have to pick one, which could be as simple as the four-piece copywriting formula: problem, promise, proof, proposition, and that would work. It has all the important ingredients in it. You start off with the problem in your market, and then in your customers, in your clients' market, then you give them a promise how they can solve it. Uh, one thing I would say over here though is the promise is the offer as well. So before you craft the offer, which we're gonna go over offers as well, that is probably one of the most important thing. Um, you might want to go onto Facebook Ads Library over here. If you have not, if you don't know about it, it's basically where you can just go and look at what your competitors are doing, or even bigger billion-dollar corporations. What kind of ads are they running? What offers are hot? And one thing you want to sort it by is less. If let's say you're a dentist, and if there is a dentist, he's been running one ad for more than a month, I would say those ads are doing really good, or else we would have shut them off. Okay, so that means those ads or offers, you might want to copy them. Okay, I'll just show it to you. Something went wrong. Okay, so this, and the same principle applies for Google, TikTok. You can go over there. Another thing you might want to look at is Groupon. Groupon has a lot of really good offers. Okay, so you can sort by any industry. Let's say if it was med spa, right? Let me write med spa. You're gonna sort it off by reviews. Oh my God, look at this. 1,356. 1,356 reviews. Whatever they're doing over here is working. Okay. And sometimes you'll see, I showed it to a client of mine, and they said, well, they're getting a lot of people, but she's not even making money on it. I said, are you sure? Because let's say in the first visit, she didn't make any money out of it. But loyalty program, you come back, hey Sarah, you come back, you'll save 10% on your next visit, and you gamify it every time they come back in, they get 10 points. After 10 points, maybe they get one other free offer. Now you have them from lifetime. Over here, your ego is so big, you don't want to give offer. I don't want to give free stuff, I'm too good, right? Don't give away free stuff. First of all, you're not Elon Musk. Okay, first of all, you're not the next Steve Jobs. You're just a local business owner. Okay, as much as you think you're good, there's other people who thinks the same way. So unless you can work on a really good offer and have a strategy to keep bringing these people back, you're not gonna kill it. Okay, so take lessons, be humble. Don't let your ego get in the way. I'm telling you this because one of my clients, She was like that, and then no wonder she started complaining the business is slow. And the and the thing is, they always come back to you. Then they always say, maybe let's try this, but you should have just listened to me from the start, and would have been way better. Okay, so going back to this is just a way. I'm not telling you to go cheap. For example, like go do crazy discounts. An offer doesn't mean you reduce your price. For example, look at this one. So this is I got it. I'm gonna showing it to you in detailed. Whoever this person was doing is from Cameron Carrington. This guy started. He was from his local business owner from literally failing. Okay, he did not have money to make rent. He was like thinking about his life. Those kind of like really at the bottom to having a Ferrari. Okay, and he calls a gun to head marketing. Like he said, he was under such pressure. He had to come up with a really good offer to pull it off. So then he wrote a letter style, which we're gonna go over to. A letter style. He wrote a letter with a really long response, direct response copies. Like, hey, I'm Cameron. I live by your. I'm live in your neighborhood. I have a pizzeria place. You might think for everyone else, but actually this one makes us different. This is that. You know what? Not only that, I believe we have the best pizza in the town, and if you were not 100% satisfied, I'll give you your money back. Right. So he came up with that offer. That's, if you look at it, he's still following the same copywriting formula. Problem, which is not having a good pizzeria place. Promise, um, we have the best pizza in town. Proof was having a guarantee. With proof, you can also add testimonials. Okay, but guarantees also work. And then proposition is, instead of reducing his price, he actually increased them. You see it from $13, he went to $18. So he actually made more money, sold more stuff. Okay, so you could do the way you could do it with your business is look at the services that you're providing, and maybe group them together. If first of all, to customers, the first impression will be you're providing a lot of value. Okay, like this, you can also discount certain things where you think is not as much manual effort required, but there's a lot of perceived value. You could do those things. Okay. Why most businesses fail in marketing. Let's go over this. Okay, so this is another interesting, quite simple truth. I don't want to spend more time on this one. Actually, what time is it? I only have 5 minutes. So I don't want to spend more time on this. We'll continue from why most businesses fail with marketing on the next one. I have to end it right now. Okay. So we'll pick it up from here next time. Okay. Goodbye.